Hi, this is Steve Adubato. For those of you who check out Lessons in Leadership, the video podcast on News 12 Plus and a whole range of other platforms, we're just shooting a very special video with my colleague and co-host and executive producer, Mary Gamba. Mary, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, Steve. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. We're also trying to see how we're going to, just like everybody else, improve what they're doing every day. So while this is substantive and it's about leadership, we're also, frankly, in all candor, we're trying to get our audio and video better so that when people are watching and listening, it feels right. So Mary, real quick, the old expression, necessity is in fact the mother of invention, an expression or the reality we're all living?
It's the reality that we're all living in, really just even getting to where we are today in terms of lighting, in terms of audio, in terms of everything from the overall setup to the computer speed. It's a brand new world that we're all living in terms of learning how to use our microphones, our computers, and just figuring out a new way to adapt and evolve in order to thrive.
Along the same lines, I never really heard of Zoom until 2 months ago, and I know I'm not alone in this regard. So let's talk about this, Mary. The question of connecting with your team as a leader, connecting with your team, quote unquote, remotely via Zoom or whatever technology you're using. We actually had a meeting this morning with all of our team members, and the point was to connect. How much different, from your perspective, for all leaders, and all of us are leaders through this very difficult time and dealing with COVID-19, how much different is the connectedness, if you will, or the connecting with team members remotely versus, hey, we're sitting around the staff conference room and having a meeting? What's the difference?
It's different. I can't say that it's better or worse. I think that it's different. I feel, especially personally, dealing with the seminars that we lead together, dealing with the staff meetings that we do on a regular basis, it's different. I feel I personally like how quickly you can connect with one another, just, sending out a link and saying, all right, let everybody hop into Zoom. So for me, although it is different, I think it's very efficient. We get done what we need to get done. And I think it's just new, but I don't necessarily think that it's a less effective way of doing business today.
One more quick follow-up. And by the way, I want everyone to actually write to us and answer this question. What is the most significant challenge you face in your workplace every day? And your workplace is your home, because most people are not going to the workplace. And if you are, that's challenging as well, because not everyone's there. So here's the question. What is the most significant, I'm going to call it a leadership challenge. What is the most significant leadership challenge that you are facing on a daily basis? And Mary, I'm going to ask you, you've been my colleague and partner for 20 years with our company. What is the most significant challenge you have faced with your two teenage sons, your husband there as well, you working from home? What is the most significant challenge you face?
Well, it's ironic, right when you said that, my soon-to-be 15-year-old tomorrow just said mom, and he's looking at me through the door right now because he has no idea that we're recording live. So for me, it's about keeping a straight, it's Joey. For me, it's about keeping a straight face right now and maintaining focus and being present in the moment that we're in. But really, it's more about connecting, finding new ways to really make sure that we are connecting with one another, our team, but more importantly, connecting to our external stakeholders. I think the physical, getting in a car, driving to the office puts you in that right mindset of, hey, I'm at work now. So for me, it's a matter of not even logging in at 9 and then finishing at 5. It's knowing that, listen, some days it's going to, you'll be working till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and that's okay. But also then detaching a little bit as well and taking that time to focus on yourself. So it's the distraction aspect, as well as just making sure to stay connected. How about you? What do you find the biggest challenge to be?
The biggest challenge, and I know I'm not alone in this, and when we talk about leadership challenges, we're trying to think about you folks. We're thinking about the things that you're dealing with, because if we're dealing with them, we figure we're not alone. I will tell you, for me, one of the biggest challenges, other than we have 2 teenage boys and our daughter Olivia, my wife is working professionally as well. She stages homes, as you well know, and that's hard to do remotely. In that regard, I will tell you the biggest challenge I face is shutting it down and really distinguishing between, someone asks, well, how productive are you? The problem is I want to be more productive in our home life, and the blurring of the lines between work and home, professional and personal, those lines are so blurred that you got to literally, as you said, stop
Mhm.
Stop to take that walk. Stop to say, I'm done. Put everything down. Stop all the Zoom meetings, whatever it is. I'm bad in that way. And I know that, frankly, the point I'm trying to make here is that I'm not as focused when the weekend feels like a weekday, 9 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock at night. There's no difference. You got to cut it off. You've
Yeah.
got to cut the work off at a certain point for your own mental and emotional health. But Mary, listen, thank you. Not only was this a video and an audio test, but hopefully we, as part of the Lessons in Leadership portfolio, by the way, go onto our website at stand-deliver.com. Mary and our team have put together a great series of articles about remote communicating and leading, making remote presentations, leading meetings more effectively remotely, all those things and others, stand-deliver.com. And once again, write to us. Write at my email, which is steveadubato@gmail. That's steveadubato@gmail. And tell us, what's the number one challenge you face being as productive and effective as you want and need to be at work? So, Mary, thank you for joining us on this very important test, my co-host and colleague, right?
Thank you.
We'll catch you all next time on Lessons in Leadership.